3rd down and 8. Dart, he can run. Can he ever? He can run all the way to the end zone. Touchdown. Interesting formation. Dart, is he going to take off again? He might have to, but no, he finds an open man and hits him. Robinson stays in bounds. Robinson's going to go all the way for a touchdown. 35 yards. Whoa.
This is just backyard football. This is what Jaxson Dart does so well because he stays so calm.
That was during the regular season on a Thursday night. I know Chris was there to see this guy. Where's the chain that you had on during that game?
I know. I should be wearing it right now. It's actually just back home. I'm only really wearing the chain during games, so it's kind of like
just a game thing.
Game day thing.
You don't want the chain to take away from the jacket. That's the key. The Pepsi jacket's awesome.
The jacket is sick.
Yeah, shout out to Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Right.
With the jacket.
They knew your style.
We should have the bear here somewhere. But
he's coming.
The Bear's going to show up. By the way, it's Jaxson Dart. If you didn't already know, have you not been paying attention to the NFL? It's Jaxson Dart,
baby.
Giants quarterback.
The G-Man.
Yeah, I got to listen to this fucking guy all the time. Sorry, London. How do you feel after 1 year in the NFL?
Jeez, I felt like this year was a whirlwind. I felt like I lived like 3 years in one. But no, I'm blessed to be where I'm at. Excited for the future, and this is just the start, so can't ready to get started.
I just want to thank you because I only get to go to maybe one game a year, right? Yeah, because I work on the weekends doing games. So Thursday night, that was the game I got to go to, right? Yeah. And it was one of the funnest nights of the year for me, right? So that was awesome. I got to talk so much crap to Eagles fans that night, right? Because they're always killing me. It was a great night. So I just want to thank you for that on behalf of the whole Sims family.
No, appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. The boys were rolling that night. It was a good Thursday.
Definitely. So you talked about it. The year it's crazy. You're a rookie. You're a budding superstar and all that. Give me the toughest things to adjust to in the NFL as a quarterback.
I would probably say, the edge rushers on the outside, making sure that you're always stepping up in the pocket. So being pocket friendly for the tackles is something that you have to be really mindful of. Right. And I would just say the guys in the back end, like every throw is contested, so you got to be pinpoint and you got to be on time. So I think that those things, you just got to continue to work on. We got the bear in the back.
The bear's back here. He's acting like he's not paying attention.
No doubt.
The Pepsi Bear. It's funny, it's been almost a year ago that we were in this same configuration, probably at the same desk. You were sitting there at the Scouting Combine. We're here. The Bear's back. What's one thing that you wish you would have known then at the Scouting Combine that you've learned in the past year?
Geez, there's countless things. It's really hard to kind of just pinpoint one. I think like the biggest thing that I've tried to learn is just patience. Through that time of the draft prep, like you have no idea what's going on and kind of how things are going to play out. And especially like this season, there's a lot of adversity kind of thrown with, guys getting banged up,
the coach being fired,
Yeah. There's a lot of things that you just had to continue to try to get over and work through. So I think the biggest thing is just try not to figure everything out just like this, like instant gratification, just have patience and, just continue to stay process-driven as much as you can.
See, it's good.
And he's shown his focus.
Well, you see the pocket presence right there?
Yeah.
He looks over. He's like, okay, I got to read the coverage downfield. Oh, so what? There's a polar bear on me. No big deal. And that's why he's the quarterback of the Giants. That's why we're looking good over here. All right. Off of that, just because, I grew up in the area and my dad did the same job you did for a while. Yeah. What's it been like adjusting to New York and the city life and all that and just being in the tri-state area, as they call it?
Yeah, I've loved it. It's a great place to be. I think just as a competitor, you want to be at the top of the mountain. You want to be in the biggest city under the brightest lights and do all that you can to win in those environments. So I think for me, it's just something that I've always dreamed of. And I think, like I said, as a competitor, there's not a better place to be and to chasing the big one.
You living in Jersey or are you living in the city?
I live in Jersey.
You live in Jersey?
I live in Jersey.
All right,
yeah. So we got to give a
Jersey.
shout out to, New Jersey.
Yeah, good old Jersey, baby.
Sure.
Yeah, you got people sleep on it. They don't know how good it is.
Hey, Jaxson, what was the toughest part of going through a coaching change during your first season?
I kind of, relate it back to my freshman year in college a little bit. I went through something very similar. It's not easy, especially, because I still have a lot of love for Coach Dabes. And, I just think that, when you have somebody who believes in you, who instills, a lot of confidence and puts, situations that are good around you, you want to play good for that person. And as a team, we didn't do enough. But it was definitely hard. There's a lot of things that just kind of happened from then on, where we're just kind of scrambling and trying to figure things to put it on the right track to finish the year out the right way. But I felt like as a group, as guys, we stuck together, and even though that our record wasn't what it should be, we had each other's back, and I think that was important.
You brought the team together, man. That's what a great quarterback does, right? You give them belief. You have obviously a little magic about you and your charisma that's very apparent to see even when you're around you. So I'm sure the locker room felt that. So that's a credit to you, man. No doubt about that. All right. So let's get into. I want to ask you about the Patriots because you played them.
Yeah.
But before we get there, when you played the Patriots, you got hit so hard that you bounced on the ground and bounced back up.
You see how fast I got up?
Because you bounced.
Nobody talks about that.
I talked about it because you're my quarterback, and I was like, I don't want my quarterback bouncing off the ground anymore.
Yeah, no,
right?
Let's not show the replay of that.
No, okay,
So
right? I wish we could,
Yeah.
but either way, right? I mean, I know you're going to keep playing the way you're going to play.
Yeah.
But we got to be a little careful, right?
Yeah.
So what are you going to try to say to yourself to this offseason to kind of maybe just slide a step earlier or whatever this year?
Yeah, I think it's just really situation based,
Right.
and I think that those experiences are good learning experiences for me, and just being able to kind of understand the best ability is availability, and you hear that all the time. So I also want to point this out because there's a lot of narrative about this. Like, I played big-time football for the past 4 or 5 years of my life, and I've only missed 2 games.
Yeah.
So if you can count on somebody being out there, it's me. But I think, like you said, just making sure it's situation-based. Like, if that's a 3rd down or 4th down, you got to go get it for your team. But
I hear you there.
1st and 2nd down, just be smarter and make sure that you're doing all you can to put your best display on the field for your team and for everybody in the organization.
How hard is it, though, when you're in that moment to set aside just basic competitive desire and say, no, I know the smart thing to do is step out of bounds or slide or throw the ball away or whatever when you're trying to make something happen, regardless of what the circumstance is?
Yeah, I think that, you've played the game a similar way your whole entire life. So I think that when you get to a certain level, the guys in the league are a little bit bigger, they're a little bit stronger, they hit a little bit harder. So like we talked about earlier, I'm not going to change the way that I play. I'm just going to continue to grow and mature and be smarter and just situational based. But I'm a competitor, so if it's going to take me 1 yard to get it in a crucial situation, I'm going to do whatever I got to do for my team to go get that 1st down. And so I'm just going to continue to learn, continue to grow. I feel like I did a lot better job of it the back half of the year. And,
right.
I came out clean this year. My body feels good, so I'm excited to get this offseason and get these things rolling again.
Yeah, I mean, those are the things. That's why you're here with Pepsi Zero Sugar to be the NFL Rookie of the Year, is because you do stuff like that. I mean, that's what's special. I guess my biggest thing with you, I just was so impressed with your backyard ability, your instincts to just extend plays. I feel like you even did it more in the NFL than you did in college, right?
Yeah.
I mean, was it something conscious, or did Brian Daboll bring it out of you, or it just kind of happened that way?
Yeah, I think that there's a few things. I think that, when you have an offensive line who did an amazing job this year, just competing through the whistle, there's a lot of times where I'm making movements in the pocket where a lot of guys on the offensive line would kind of just slow down because they don't really know what's going on, but they fought through the whistle, so I was able to give me a little bit of more time to make plays. And so I give a ton of credit to those guys just keeping it alive. And I just think for me, I try to have the mindset of the play's never dead. And, sometimes in the league, everything's going to be blanketed. Not everything, but at times things are going to be blanketed, and you got to make a play. So, just trying to keep it alive. And I had guys who did a great job of staying alive in scramble drills to kind of extend those plays.
John Harbaugh was the one coaching candidate every team, I think, wanted, including teams that hadn't fired their head coaches. They wanted to get a shot at John Harbaugh. The Giants got him. What's been your impression of him so far?
He's the best. I'm excited. I can't wait to get rolling with him. I just think that he's a man of faith. He's a man that can create a great culture. And I think he's just well respected, far beyond of just, the teams he's coached. Everybody that knows him or have been around him from a league standpoint, everybody respects him. So, like you said, when his name got out there, I think everybody in our organization wanted to play for him. So we couldn't be happier and go to war for him.
The fashion.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you got on for pants here, you're cool. You're cooler than me because I wouldn't wear that.
No, you got a little fit on. You got a little fit on.
But you, I mean, so I know Mom picks out outfits on game day, right?
Yeah, she helps me with it.
Right, she helps you with it. And then, are you starting to take advantage of some of the good shopping in New York City and some of that stuff?
I mean, I can't say no to it. I got to stay away from it as much as I can.
Yeah, because you're spending too much money on it.
I mean, it's addicting to get out there.
I hear
There's
you.
a lot of great stuff, and it's, you know, the fashion place of our country. So, you know, it's fun. It's a cool thing between me and my mom to just kind of have that bond and that relationship to, you know, put pieces together and kind of be creative. I know that she loves it and I love it too. So it's just a cool way to express, you know, every time that we have an opportunity.
It's very cool. It's cool that you embrace it, because I'm sure when guys in the locker room heard mommy dresses you, they might have been like, give you some crap. Or maybe they did.
Is they were asking, like, can your mom
dress
help
me?
us put a few bits together too?
See, the world's changed. Like, that would never go down in 2002 when I was drafted in the NFL. They'd have been like, what, Sims? I mean, Warren Sapp would have been like, Sims, you wimp, your mom's dressing you. He'd have said something like that, right?
Yeah.
Now you guys are cool and don't even care about stuff like that.
All right, back to football.
All right.
The most important relationship that you're going to have on the coaching staff is with the new offensive coordinator, Matt Nagy, because John Harbaugh's background is special teams and defense. Have you talked to Coach Nagy, and what do you anticipate going forward with your ongoing development under his tutelage?
Yeah, I'm hyped. I'm hyped to play for Coach Nags. You know, everybody that I've talked to in my conversations with him have been, you know, really good. And, you know, I know that every guy that's played for him has a ton of really good things to say about him. So I can't wait to have that opportunity to grow a relationship with him. You know, he's awesome of just being able to collaborate with his quarterbacks and creating a great offense. So I'm excited to have that communication and to take those steps to winning a lot of football games and being a lot of successful with them.
Who are the other NFL quarterbacks you have a relationship with and that you talk to, text with, whatever, just, you know, keep in touch with? Because you're competitors on one hand, but on the other hand, you know, you're all in this together.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I mean, you guys know how it is. Like, it's a unique world to be in. There's only so many people who can really understand what you go through on a yearly basis, on a daily basis, from a schedule and habit standpoint, especially for the quarterback position, because it's just different than every other. So I've had a unique experience of just being with, like, my quarterback group right now and 3D QB and training with guys like Jaden, Jalen, Dak, Jared, Matt. You know, there's a lot of guys who CJ who are all there working, and so you're constantly around those guys and just listening to advice. And, you know, I was around that when I was, you know, young in college. So just hearing, like, their experiences. I remember I was out there snapping balls for Matt Ryan and just listening about his process and his work ethic and kind of how he envisioned success and how he's able to make adjustments, you know, mid-play or at the line of scrimmage, and just hearing that communication just out when he's the only quarterback out there on the field with no offensive line. So I think just getting those reps and being around those guys is definitely beneficial.
You haven't talked to Mahomes about Matt Nagy, have you?
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Good.
So,
that's the best one to talk to.
Yeah,
right
you have
there.
to. So, you know, I'm going to continue to have more conversations with him coming up shortly, obviously, because all this just happened, like, what, a day ago. So, yeah, I'm excited to just chop it up with Pat, and he's been great. You know, I've had a few conversations with him.
Pat's the man. Yeah.
Pepsi Zero Sugar NFL Rookie of the Year finalist Jaxson Dart. The polar bear overtook part of the interview, so that's the plug. Jaxson, congratulations on your rookie season. All the best going forward. We'll be rooting for you.
Yeah,
you know it. You're going to be the first number 6 to go to the Super Bowl.
Let's go,
you know
baby.
that? That's what you're going to be.
No doubt.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.